Hello, this is the first time I've done video for social media. So I believe it's called a vlog or vlog. I'm not even very good at doing blogs. Goodness knows what the B stands for in blog, but never mind. So it would really help me if you get to the end of watching this to actually write me some feedback that actually tells me whether it's been a good vlog or not a good vlog. And in time-honoured fashion, I'm going to have a rant. And what I'm specifically going to have a rant about is this stuff, salt. And the reason I'm going to have a rant about it is because I love food and I love cooking. And what we're getting nowadays is this stuff, salt, which is actually very bad for you, is being stuck in food everywhere, whether you like it or not. You go to a restaurant now and you'll get chips with salt on. You go to any other place where they serve you food and you'll even get your salad with salt on it. Now this is taking control of my own health out of my hands, because salt, while it's quite useful to the body in some ways, it keeps your whole nervous system ticking over, it keeps your whole cardiovascular system ticking over. If it's in excess, in other words, there's more of it added than simply what you find in your food anyway, then it actually ultimately causes you illness. It will cause you high blood pressure, it will cause you heart disease, it will cause your kidneys not to function, all sorts of horrid things. So I have taken it out of my cooking and what I eat, and I therefore resent people putting it back in when I haven't got a choice. It's worthwhile thinking about why we added this to our food in the first place, because that gives you reasons for no longer needing it. The reason it was put in is because it is toxic. It is a poison. And what it poisons first is bugs that make you ill. So way back in the day, when food was not quite so well kept or was possibly could go off, think about medieval cities. You get loads and loads of bits of meat coming into the city in order for people to eat, and yet it was kept in non-refrigerated conditions and it was just lying around. And let's just say medieval cities weren't quite as hygienic as one might have nowadays. You would get ill unless you put tons of this stuff onto your food, because toxic meat is not good for you. So we started to use this in fairly high volumes to keep us safe. The other effect that then has is you can taste it. It makes the food taste stronger. You get more flavour. So we get used to it, so we struggle with tasting food that is less flavoured. So we add more and more of this stuff. And even if you watch the TV and you watch something like MasterChef, you get John and what's his name, Greg, saying it needs more seasoning. It doesn't need more seasoning, because you get used to not having seasoning and therefore you enjoy the real flavour of the food. So let's get rid of this stuff as an additive on top of what we find in ordinary food. So there's my rant, and in good time-honoured Instagram tradition, you finished with an emoji.